Hello everyone, this will be the review of ASMR Universe 2 and the key was provided by developer. ASMR 2 is not really a game, it's an editor for sound effects for ASMR. ASMR is a genre of videos, we could say, on YouTube. Not only, I guess, but I know it from YouTube. I actually listened to many ASMR videos. They are based on specific brain response to certain sound effects, which are supposed to cause relaxation, tingles, and sometimes sexual arousal. Depends what kind of sounds and what is triggering on which person. And this program, I would say, I wouldn't say it's a game. I'm not going to review it in terms of points because it's not really a game. It's a tool. This tool allows you to add specific sounds, probably to your voice, because generally ASMR is mostly based on the voice of the person, and they usually use specific microphones which have like left and right, which you will not hear because I'm using normal microphone. I tilted my head to left and right, but this is probably stereo, so you'll listen, you'll hear it the same way. I'm not good at sound montage, so you have to ask someone who is good at it how it exactly works. From the perspective of someone who listened to it, I know that it's a very niche but interesting thing, and some people are very talented at this. However, the biggest part in most cases is the voice, of the person who performs the ASMR, I don't know, activity, and usually it's connected with some sort of cosplay. Not always, sometimes it's just voice, sometimes there's also some sort of cosplay. And of course they also use layered sounds of various kind, so this could be used here. And now this program has a list, as you can see on the left, of various effects which you can put on the uh, icon, which represents left, right. I know exactly what's up and down, but left and right definitely. So you can sort of surround the character with different sounds. You basically spawn nodes like this, and as we can see, we have scratching on the right. Now scratching on the left. You should hear it. And of course you can go like this as well. It probably should be generally scratching. And I guess on its own, of course, I guess you can use all of those on its own. There's quite a lot of them. But I think that would work much better as a help if you already recorded your voice, some sort of reading, or um, I don't know, some people just do it on the fly. I forgot the word now, how it's called, but some people just do it on the fly. Some people prepare a script. Some people make a sort of a scene. There are very different artists on YouTube, so you have to check it. Just put ASMR in the search engine and you will find it. And then after you have the voice and the scene, you might probably use this to add something, some sounds, for instance, snow or rain or water or baby crying or whatever it's there. And I guess you can also load sounds, custom sounds. There's also community which allows you to load already made scenes by someone. Let's see how it works. Let's see if this actually instantly loads. I don't know. Yes. Okay. So this works. I'm not sure how you make the effects move. Maybe when you record you have to move them. I'm not sure how it's exactly done. So yes, people already did something. Aesthetics, what are aesthetics? Background. Let's see. Let's make it, I don't know, background. We need background. I'm not sure how they made this snow effect fly. That I don't know. Yes, this is stats that show various modes. I'm using stereo. Maybe I should use surround to go left and right, but I'm not sure this is. No, I don't think it's gonna work because I would have to use different microphone, different input, not different output. This is just, I guess, it's output. Help, yeah, help generally tells you what to do, how to use the nodes, and you can load, of course, custom sounds, add your own voice, which is usually the base of ASMR, and then enhance it with different effect that you put here from what you already have or what you can have. I guess it's useful if you do this, but I'm not really sure how people do it. That's the problem. I don't do those things, and if I did that, I would probably just record the voice on some sort of microphone. I would just be me, right? Because, well, from my experience, many good ASMR artists based on their voice. Just their voice is very soothing, very nice, and this is mostly enough. Some people add, of course, effects, and some people use just the effects for the sake of it. Just, for instance, just scratching. I don't know if they are performing the scratching or if they are just recording it from ready assets like here. So you need to ask someone who actually does it how they do it. Would it be useful for them? Because I see it as a tool that would help to enhance an already existing recording, but I don't know if they are not using other tools, if there would be enough effects for them, or would they just record them and add here and it would work nicely or not. It's hard to say. That's what I did. I'm gonna show you. I tried to do something based on a rainy day. That's how it sounds. So we have water drip, we have rain. It's silently, like behind the window outside. There might be a baby somewhere in the house. I switched the pitch of the baby sound, like here. I made it high pitch, maybe more silent. Like it's somewhere on the right, should be heard. And boiling is like we're making hot tea or hot cocoa or milk or whatever to feed ourselves or the baby. And there is the rain outside. You know, you can make stuff like this, I guess, if you are creative. I'm not, so that's all I could do. But this is roughly how you do it, right? So you can alter every node, move it left, right, change the pitch. I changed the pitch of those two, so to make it not just three same sounds copied, I changed them slightly, or three, and the rain is there, just as it was. I added just, basically it's just four effects and glued together. So I think this might be useful, so I'll give it plus. I think it's good that stuff like this exists. I'm not sure how expensive it is and how useful it is. So for that you would need to ask someone that actually does the sound montage and does ASMR or any other activity involving editing sound. This is, I guess, professional thing. Usually when you make movies and stuff like that, you have specific guy for that, even more people than one. Same goes for music videos and other recordings. So you need a specialized expert to tell you how good it is in quality. I would say it could be useful for just adding to what you have, but probably someone would be complaining that, you know, something is not here that should be, or not enough effects, or something else. I don't know how it works with what you record because I don't make separate sound files that I could put here and analyze them, how they work together with something. Also, I just talk. I don't really make any sort of, you know, artistic creations based on sound. So I don't know. Would it work in a song? Would it work in a, I don't know, an ebook reading? Maybe. At some points you could add like specific effects if they are there. If they are not there, you have to make them. And then, for instance, I can try to make an effect with plush toy. I have a plush toy here. So now I'm gonna wrap the plush toy, which is a red, against the microphone. I don't know if you're gonna hear it, but I'll try. Okay, so that was the plush red against the microphone. So people do stuff like this. Now, I would have to probably record it, edit, and then make a whole scene about some plush creatures, you know, like rats moving against your body and stuff like that. Some ASMR is like a horror story, some is sexual, some is funny. They are very different, just like movies. Every ASMR is different genre, every ASMR is different performance. So I can only say you should check it yourself what it is. It's something about automatic meridian response, ISMR. I don't know what S. I know it's meridian response and A is automatic, I think. So or autonomous automatic. So basically your mind reacts on its own to stimuli, which are sound effects, and then you either have the tingles and all the other reactions, or you don't. If you want more information, you should ask either ASMR artists, which are easy to find. For instance, Isabel Imaginations is one I listen to. Very good artist. I think she's from Holland. And other source would be professional sound editor, so someone who works with music industry or movies. But yeah, I see the potential of this. I'm not gonna give it a review in points because this is not a game. It's good that it has community connection, so we can see what others people have and maybe even use it for yourself if you're into this, just the sounds. You would need to try to record if your own effects would work with this, or just the already done ones. Probably they should work if you record them correctly. A tool for enhance your creations if you make any. And well, the only problem is that you'd have to compare it against what's there. If you have a professional program to just edit sound, like probably mixers and any video editing program that also has all the sound paths. You can layer the different paths. You can change the length and probably also all the effects, auto tune, pitch and sound and bass and other stuff. So those programs could be just more complex and give you more flexibility. I'm not sure how much you can do here. However, it might be useful for some people. I'm not sure if you would use it for yourself just to hear the sounds for relaxation. I don't think so, unless you can really make them well here on your own with just what's there, with just the assets. But for people who make this stuff, it might be useful, but you need to ask them. So that would be it from my side. I hope you get interested in ASMR like I was and am, sort of. I kinda look for it on YouTube from time to time. I like it. I think it's very creative, interesting. If you never heard it, you should check it out, especially from good artists. And that will be it. So I'll see you guys in the next review. And I will also add some red to the end.